Hi there, I'm Greg Nader with Sonnax, and we're here again at SEMA on day 3, and we want to talk today a little bit about our Dodge and heavy-duty truck parts. We're going to start with the Big Shaft 48 RE input shaft kit, and this is something that we teased last year, and there's been a very, very few that we've been able to get done so far this year, but it's going to be great for 2019. It features a 35 spline AOD spline here that is like 30% stronger than a standard 48 RE shaft, and also way stronger than a 68 RFE spline. Additionally, the shaft features a sealing ring area that's a full 100 thousandths larger in diameter than the stock parts. Of course, that requires a special stator tube with a little bit larger bore, but larger sealing ring area and larger bushing. So we've manufactured a complete billet stator assembly that also includes oil seals here to seal up the transfer of oil in the pump. It's a longer hub design, so when used with our piston that's included with the kit, you can just throw an extra clutch in the direct clutch at the time of the build and add some capacity there as well. We really are excited about this. The ones we've got out there are working in some of the great performance racing trucks out there this year, holding up great, and we really expect it to be the go-to shaft for the future. So we're really excited about this for 2019. Another part we're adding for a portfolio in 2019 is the forward clutch retainer. This will be high-strength steel, basically just a stock replacement, but a stronger material, so you don't have to worry about it cracking or the splines wearing out. And of course, for the 48 RE, we have a great intermediate shaft, our standard heavy-duty one-piece 300M input shaft, and the large spline output shaft that includes a transfer case input shaft. Before I move on, I don't want to forget the converter part of things here. We also have the mating converter kit for the big shaft system that includes a 35 spline turbine hub, mates with the 35 spline, and this kit is available in both a dampered multi-disc and a damperless multi-disc for the diesel applications. Moving on to the 68 RFE, of course we have our Overdrive clutch housing kit. This includes a 16% larger piston area, bolt-on backing plate that increases the height of the clutch pack, and with the extra height we're able to convert from single-sided clutches with 34 thousandths inch thick steels to conventional double-sided clutches with steels that are twice as thick. That makes a more durable clutch pack that's less likely to distort and cone. It can dissipate more heat, and it makes it overall more durable between the more robust clutches and the larger piston area. Of course, that pairs well with our line booster. It gives a progressive pressure increase that raises pressure about 5 to 10 psi in the low pressure ranges and about 25-30 psi at the high pressure ranges. That works really great. Released a small batch of these in late 2018, and we'll have these readily available in 2019. This is a high-strength 300M input shaft. Really a nice piece, line board bushing, all set to drop in, so you don't have to worry about input shaft failure on the 68 RFE. And of course, we have our accumulator plate that's been around for quite some time for the 545 RFEs. And the unique thing about the Sonnax patented accumulator plate is it adds 3 additional bolt holes so that you don't have to worry about the 2 pistons at this end hammering out the bolts and causing transmission failure. And then these little guys are new for 2019 as well. This is an accumulator piston that has some additional features. So it's a billet aluminum piston to replace the plastic pistons that have been known to crack. But then it has additional features here, whereas with the factory piston, you have one seal and then a guide seal that prevents the aluminum piston from scuffing the bore and the valve body. Unfortunately, what that allows is at this end, the piston can scuff the bore. And it's often very common to see that in the valve body bore, to see evidence of the piston contact. So what we've done here is we've added 2 guide seals, one at each end, but then we allow the oil to flow past the guide seal to get to the primary seal that seals the oil of the accumulator piston. And whereas the original one is at this end, we've moved the seal down to here. So if you do have a little bit of wear in the bore, this new seal location runs in an unworn portion of the bore. So it's a great upgrade for plastic pistons for higher pressure applications. And then if you do have some wear in a bore, it's great to salvage a bore as well. Moving on to the AS68RC, a lot of these industrial commercial trucks, the nuts on the end of the shafts will rust and break off. The shafts are prohibitively expensive from the dealer, so we now have the Mitsubishi and the Chrysler manual shafts for that unit. And then the K2, which is one of the problem areas, the K2 hub, the splines wear into the clutches wear into the splines of the K2 hub. That can actually cause a K2 clutch failure. We have a forged, heat-treated, hardened K2 clutch hub that won't have those problems. And then if you do want to add capacity to the K2 clutch, we have a billet piston and backing plate system with a selective snap ring for setting clearances. And if you drop this kit in, you can then, when you're building the unit, like many of the other kits we have, you can add one additional clutch plate in steel and still be able to adjust your clearance. So that's a great group of new Chrysler parts we have, but I also want to mention the HD Work Sport catalog that we're premiering here at SEMA 2018. And this covers all the transmission parts we have, heavy-duty transmission parts we have for basically applications that would be 3/4 ton and larger. So GM, Ford, Chrysler, Allison, etc. All those parts are featured in this catalog, and if you're interested in getting one, you can just contact us at Sonnax.com. Thanks for watching today.